Yun. So, basically, yun yung goal. And later, of course, we will have more specific enumeration of our goals for this class. Ayun. So, nirecord ko na yung ating class.
Ayan.
Hello, ayan, bumalik tayo. Nag-automatic pala siya. So kapag time na, parang 2 minutes before the meeting, automatic siyang nagre-reconnect since na-schedule ko na siya na 4 o'clock. So ang ganda rin pala ng Zoom. Yan. Tapos may settings na siya na yun. Pwedeng mag-Facebook Live, pwedeng mag-stream siya online.
Nice.
Ganun. Yun. So, meron tayong expected na nag-confirm na yung mga 20. So not bad. Parang ang gandang number na rin for an intimate class.
True.
Ayun. So kumusta naman po ang inyong experience being nasa bahay? Medyo muna.
Nung una, parang ang dami kong oras. Wow. Siyempre, tuwang-tuwa, mga first week, mga second week. Ano na nga ulit gagawin ko? Parang nagkakaubusan na. Pero yun nga, buti may mga free online courses. Yan, nakakawala din ng inip.
Tama. Maraming ngayong nag-o-offer ng free classes actually, nakakatuwa.
Oo nga, ang daming free classes. May nakaka-overwhelm na nga, hindi mo na alam kung ano yung una.
Kaya nga.
Kaya ako ginagawa ko, inisip ko, ano ba yung kailangan kong malaman? Ano ba yung kailangan kong skills? Ano ba yung kailangan kong pag-aralan? So, yun muna yung iniisip ko bago ako maghanap ng mga free Ang dami kasi.
True.
Sobrang dami na nila. Tapos parang lahat nag-share talaga. Hindi sila nag-aatubili. Yan.
Ang daming inopen ang daming mga e-books na inopen sa sa public.
Oo nga po, nakakatuwa. Yung lalo na yung mga bigatin lalo. Like yung digitalmarketer.com, ayun, nag-open sila until March 31. Tapos si Grant Cardone.
Script.
Oo. Nakakatuwa. Ayun, so muna
SMA.
tayo?
Uy,
SMA. SMA until April 14.
April 12 na ba yung masa?
Parang nag-extend yata. Ayun, anyway, yan, Social Media Academy po, yan, para sa Ai at si Ms. Marga. Social Media Academy, yun yung isang program online din na tinake namin ni Marico about social media marketing and management.
Yes. April 14, all about Facebook, IG, chatbots, Twitter, email marketing, yan. Kung gusto niyo talagang malaman kung kung paano mag-market sa social media, yan. I-try niyo yung course na to. Free siya until April 14. Yan, haba pa. Kayang-kaya niyo yung matapos.
Oo, promise. Ganda siya, maganda siya.
Uy, kasama na sa kanyang TikTok.
Wow.
Vlogging sa YouTube. Yeah, kasama na doon sa sa course nila. Galing.
Ina-update yun parang every time ni Nix, ni Mel. Ayun. So ayun, sige,
marketing, meron na.
Meron na din.
Galing.
Ayun. So na pala, 4 na pala. So medyo intro na tayo. Hahabol na lang yung iba. Okay lang?
Sure, go.
Sige po. Ayun. So before anything else, again, welcome po sa On The Dot Media Lockdown Survival, an online class for cyberpreneurs or freelancers. So ano po ba yung cyberpreneurs? Ito, medyo siguro para sa iba, yung mga ibang nanonood dyan, bago yung term na to, cyberpreneurs. Combination siya syempre ng cyber and entrepreneur, digital and business. So let's consider natin yung term na business and digital, i-combine natin, magkakaroon tayo ng it's either a product or a service na pwede nating gawin online or pwede nating dalhin kahit saan tayo nandoon. So, nag-start ito, the term cyberpreneur, when we launched a book noong 2015 entitled Cyberpreneur Philippines. So, ito ay na-publish noong October 2015 ng Page Jump, sina Raymond Galbay, yan, and yung editorial team, yan, si Paulo Lising, Marvin De Leon, si Sir Marv, yan, sina Sir Raymond, and sina Paulo, yan, we are very good friends din. We've known each other since 2015, and nakakasali lang ako doon nung nag-open sila ng slot for 2 chapters na nag-volunteer naman ako. So, ayun. Kaya ko siya natutunan, yung cyberpreneur na term. Ayun. Pero I've been doing freelancing since 2009. So, it's been mga 11 years na rin. Right after graduation, ang nangyari nito, yung nag-graduate po sa college. I took up nursing, no? So, but I love writing. So, ayun, nagkaroon ng opportunity na ma-explore yung online world when nakita ko, sabi ko, I need to save up some money for my board review sa nursing. Kaya lang nasa bahay lang ako. Gusto ko mag-earn even kahit nasa bahay lang ako. So, that time, I explored nga yung mga opportunities online and learned na merong opportunities pala talaga. We just have to be creative. We just have to be resourceful. So, dun ko nalaman yung mga sites. Later, I'll share with you yung mga sites na yun na napuntahan ko when I started. Pero ito, yung nag-start yun, yung freelance una career. Until later on, I formed my own content agency already. So, ngayon, meron na akong mga 10 writers on board. And yan, si Ai is one of them. So thank God merong mga writers like Ai who've been very generous din with their talents. Ayun. So, kumbaga medyo na-scale up yung freelancing business. Nagkaroon ng leveraging kung tawagin. So yun yung parang in short, yun yung story ako. Later, siguro we'll get to know more each other. Pero ayun, I'd also like to get to know you. Okay ba yun? Para sa mga participants natin, mga nandito na ngayon, later we'll have, I think, more. Pero yun, pwede bang mag-introduce yourselves muna tayo para sa mga mga classmates, mga participants. Let's start with BFF, Mariko. Ayan, tell us something about yourself.
Oh. Yeah, I'm Mariko. I'm Mariko Manalo. Hello, everyone. I'm currently an accountant for WASH, multifamily laundry system. And yeah, I'm also a freelance bookkeeper for Zero, QuickBooks, and for local businesses here in Malvar and Lipa. That's all.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah. So si Mariko, very trusted na CPA and accounting manager from WASH, isang company dito. I think may mga partners from US yung company niya, tama? Ayun. So nasa field,
it's from US.
Oo. Ayun. So nasa accounting, yung field mo is accounting talaga.
Opo.
Yan.
So, PO kami na kami yung gumagawa ng back office, mga accounting nila. ERAP, revenue, so on and so forth.
Wow. Ayan.
Which is uso na ngayon yung mga people, lalo yung mga small entrepreneurs in US, naghahanap sila ng mga virtual assistants or mga bookkeepers, di ba? Yeah. So, gumagamit na sila ng napakaraming accounting softwares.
Mm-mm.
Para ayan, kahit nasaan yung accountant mo, kaya ka niyang tulungan.
Mm-mm. Wow. So, hi Mariko, welcome. Yan,
Thank you.
CBFL.
Happy
Sige.
to be here.
Yes, opo. Ayan. So, si ano naman, Miss Marga?
Hi everyone, I'm Maria Margaret Garachico. You can call me Marga. Like Mariko, I'm a CPA as well, doing bookkeeping on the side. Also yung pwedeng financial consultant, and also I'm a financial advisor from Sun Life. And I partly own Hugot Cafe here in Lepa. So, yan. Basically, those are the three things that keeps me busy.
Wow. So, nakakatuwa. Very diverse din naman yung pinagkakabalahan ngayon ni Miss Marga. Yan. Para sa kaalaman ng
Yep.
ng mga ng audience natin, yan, classmates kaming tatlo ni
Yep.
Mariko, Miss Marga sa Master in Management
Master.
Technology ng De La Salipa. Yun. So,
Yep.
para sa mga naghahanap ng kanilang betterment and growth sa kanilang profession or business, ayan, you can try. Ngayon kasi MBA. There's MBA ng De La Salipa. So, nag-promote na rin ako, Oo. Bilang nasa, rin naman, Stratcom ng De La Salipa. Ayan, pinromote ko na rin po ang Master in Business Administration ng De La Salipa. Yan, you can check it out. I assure you, it's a very good program. Yes. Yan. So now, ayan, thank you, Miss Marga.
Yes.
Ayan, kilalanin natin ang ating next na student, Ai or Angelo Clavesillas. Hello, Ai, are you there? Wait lang. O sige, habang wala pa si Ai, how Jessa? Ayun, Ai, sige, si Ai muna. Sige. So, baka lumabas lang saglit si Ai. So, yan. So, tayo muna mga ladies ang nandito. Anyway, that's okay. Okay lang. Sige. So, for this program, ayan, yung class natin, as mentioned, it's all about freelancing as a business. Pwede rin siyang career. But sabi nga nung ating, if you know Coach John Pagulayan ng the Freelance Tribe Movement, meron tayong goal, which is to make this freelancing not just a career but also a business. When we come to think of it, pag yung goal natin is making it a business, yun, we scale it, we think about it as something that will help us grow infinitely. So meron siyang potential to be leveraged or to grow exponentially even. So yun yung pinaka-goal natin. So sige, I'll be sharing with you now my screen para yan makita niyo yung presentation. Yan. So the title of our class is Lockdown Survival, How to Thrive in the Time of COVID-19. Yan. It's an online class for cyberpreneurs or freelancers, as we mentioned a while ago. So right now, since meron tayong COVID-19, which is something that's really prevalent worldwide, yan. Medyo, I know na marami sa atin ang hindi alam pa kung paano mag-survive dito sa situation na ito. We live in uncertain times. Tama? Yan. We're not sure what lies ahead. Marami nga sa atin, we're not even sure until when this will last. That's why one thing is certain, however, we have to be prepared. So in everything that we will be doing, we have to prepare. Okay? How do we prepare? Yan. So, of course, we have to know what we're great at. We have to be prepared, considering that this is a very uncertain time nowadays. So, sabi nga ni Steve Jobs, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And sabi ni brother Bo Sanchez, God wants us to be the script writer of our lives. So we have to go ahead and create the life we're meant to live. So by the way, this presentation was created. Basically, it was created, I think, more than a year ago for the Truly Rich Club. So na-invite ako na ni Bern Gutierrez, a good friend of mine, who has been a coach ng Truly Rich Club. Who, for those of you who are still not aware of the Truly Rich Club, it's the group or the club of Bo Sanchez, yan, famous preacher, yan, world-renowned preacher, Catholic preacher na nagtuturo din about financial literacy, wellness, and of course yung living the Catholic way of life. Ayun. So I was invited then to do a live webinar for the Truly Rich Club members, yung mga gold members. So I created this presentation then. But now I thought na parang applicable din siya lalo na ngayon sa time na may COVID-19. And I want to share with you kung ano yung natutunan ko through the years, yung mga 11 years ko as a freelancer. All right. So, yan. Yeah. So, hi, Jenna. Welcome. Yan. Ayan. So, let's get to know our objectives for the day. So, syempre, we need to be specific then. So, I'm challenging everyone, for those who are watching, to hopefully accomplish these objectives along the way. So first, yan, identify particular fields that you believe you can turn into a side gig to start para sa mga nagpo-full-time pa rin, full-time job, or a freelance gig or business. Anong field yun? So later, we'll delve onto that. We'll tackle further. Ano yung mga fields na yun? Next, hopefully you can generate at least 5 qualified prospects. So syempre, since it's a business, sabi nga, we also have to generate prospects and then turn these prospects into leads. And then next is to land your first client with success if wala pa kayong client so far. If meron na, yun, gain a steady stream of projects and then start your own business. So basically, this is something that is applicable to anyone as long as you have the passion, as long as you're committed to it. Para dun sa mga gusto na ma-explore kung ano meron dito sa field na ito, sa business na freelancing, or it's not really just freelancing kasi na dahil ikaw ay writer, or ikaw ay in a particular field na medyo mainstream na nga for many, but most especially because freelancing can come in all sorts and sizes. So it's very diverse. There are lots of fields that you can consider for this type of business. Ayan. So we will be tackling 3 main sections for this class. First is yung basics, of course, the foundation. And then next, becoming truly rich in freelancing. Although marami yung definition kasi ng ng pagiging rich. So we'll have to maybe help each other define yung paano magiging truly rich in our own ways. And have freedom that lasts. So again, it's subjective. It depends on your definition. Yan. So let's start with the basics. So what's freelancing? So basically, it's working independently to earn a living while continuously making dedicated efforts to achieve preset goals. So, sabi nga nila is freelancing, kaya siya free because it gives you freedom. Freedom in many different ways. Like, ano ba, time. You can get freedom in terms of finance and others. So, imagine life like this. Siyempre, this is pretty normal for those who have been exposed to a home-based job or maybe lately bilang mga nag-transition to the home-based yung kanilang yung business or yung job. Yan, pretty, I think, usual na para sa atin yan. Para dun sa mga freelancers na, ayan, this is really, really relatable, right? You have your cat there, you have your pets, yan. And then you get to wake up anytime, sabi nga. You get to work in your pajamas. Yan. Maybe you just have your conference call with your team 1 hour or 2 hours, and then later you're free for the day. Yeah, that's our current setup, being work from home right now, working. Syempre, I have a full-time job pa rin, by the way. I'm working as a public relations officer for a school here in Batangas. So yeah. So on the side, I still do freelancing. So it's basically I'm balancing naman. So that's how it goes naman. How I do it. So syempre, you have to identify your why. So who among you, yan, feel free to chat. Yan, mag-chat kayo dito sa ating chat box. Who among you have already identified their why? Yung why nila sa buhay, why in their career or business. Ayan. So just type it in there. Sorry, I can't see yet yung mga chats niyo. But then yeah, just share with the group. So sabi ni Simon Sinek, who is a popular author right now, a leadership guru. He has been talking in TED Talks for quite some time. And according to him, we start with our why. We have our whys set. Yan. According to Jenna, finances and security. Ayan. Thank you, Jenna. So, what's your why? Once you determine your why you are doing that thing you're doing, it follows that you also have to identify how and what. How you'll do that, how you'll accomplish that, and then what you'll accomplish. So
Hello, Celine. Hi, Celine. Hi,
Celine, we can't hear
Celine.
you.
We can't hear you.
Nakamute ka ata.
Oo, nakamute si Celine.
yan, okay na?
Yan. Oo.
Ayan.
Nakalayo na ata.
Oo. Yan, sige, let's continue.
Oo, sige.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Ganyan talaga pag live. Ayun, so tayo ay magko-continue na. Kita niyo naman yung screen.
Yes.
Okay. Sige po.
Yes.
So, what do you really want out of freelancing? So, would you like to make it your long-term goal or be part of this in the long run? Or do you have a long-term goal already? Currently, are you working full-time? And do you find your job fun? Is it something that you like doing? Yan. Or is it something that you will do even if you won't get paid? So ano ba yung talaga yung gusto mong gawin sa buhay mo? What do you really want to do in your life? So the key here is to get to know yourself. This is the first and foremost thing that you need to do. So freelancing is not a walk in the park. It's not that easy. Hindi siya sobrang yung pag sinabi mo, ay magpe-freelancer na lang ako kasi yan yung parang I think one of the easiest things to do ever. Well, may madali, may mahirap. It's not always easy. May nagsasabi na parang ay nasa bahay ka lang naman, parang parang hindi naman yan trabaho talaga or hindi naman yan business talaga kasi nasa bahay ka lang. Well, right now, kita nyo naman din, 'di ba, yung nag-evolve na ngayon yung yung freelance scene here in the Philippines. There's even up to date, I think ayan, okay na ulit. So, here in the Philippines, it's been very widespread already. Ang dami na ngayon mga freelance groups, mga communities out there, like the Online Filipino Freelancers Facebook group, which has more than 100,000 members already. There's the Freelance Movement Tribe. Ang dami na ring members and followers. Marami na rin like the Social Media Academy. Marami na rin and others. Marami talagang communities ngayon ang nagsusupport sa mga freelancers and more to come. So, ayun. Later, we'll talk more about groups, but then yun, just to give us an overview. And of course, to get to know yourself, you can affiliate yourself with these groups. No? So, it's fun to have support groups with you. What are the qualities you'll need naman if you want to thrive in this field? Yeah. So you need to have excellent communication skills. Freelancing will not, your freelancing business will not be successful if you don't have excellent communication skills. So with that, kailangan mong maintindihan yung bakit, paano nag-communicate with a client online. So they will talk about that later. Of course, trustworthiness, flexibility, grit, inspired from Angela Duckworth's book entitled Grit. You have to have strong focus. I tell you, you really have to have a strong focus because freelancing, lalo na pag home-based ka, it can really test your concentration. That's why later, if you can search on this term, deep work, and it's based on the book of Cal Newport entitled Deep Work. It helps you to have strong focus, concentration, and flow, getting the flow, getting in the flow. Yeah. And of course, you need to have tech skills. It's a plus to have good tech skills.
Ano ibig sabihin, BFF pag grit?
Yan. Grit daw, it's being persistent. Kumbaga, kahit may mga challenges, you're still committed to your goal. Kahit ano pa yan, it will not stop you. Yun. So, that's great. New terms na lalalaman because, of course, we know perseverance, right? But this one, grit, it's really something that's been studied already again. Mas pinalawak yung study on perseverance and they had this term na grit. Yun. Of course, you have to know your strengths. Ano ba yung mga strengths mo as a person? What type of job do you think suits your personality? So aside from graduating from a certain course, for example, you graduated from nursing or maybe you graduated from a certain course, pero your skills and your strengths don't match. Kumbaga, your passion is quite different. Which field do you feel you're most comfortable in? So, minsan, hindi siya kung anong tinapos mo. But then, of course, in our case right now, maraming mga students ngayon yung nagpupunta na sa path talaga na passion nila because of K-12. I think that's one of the advantages of being part of the K-12 system. You already set your eyes on where you really want to be in several years from now. So to help you assess your personality, you can take this test from viacharacter.org. Yeah, strengths assessment. You can also take Myers-Briggs test. Yeah, these are helpful. Yeah, I even found mine. Yeah, according to the test, I'm a campaigner. Yeah, ENFPA. But it changes, of course. From time to time, you get to change then, diba? You evolve. It's not always like this. Or it helps that you know ano talaga yung gusto mo. Are you extroverted, or you introverted, or you ambivert? I'm more of an ambivert. I think I can adapt din naman to different situations, even if kung ang situation calls for something na pang introvert or from pang extrovert. And this is something that you can explore as well. Ayan. So by the way, hi Fina. Yan, para sa mga newcomers natin. Si Fina is a colleague from LaSalle. Yan. Hello. So let's continue. Ayan, what do you need? What do we need to make the most out of our freelancing business? Ayan. You need your device or your laptop, your personal computer, or kung tablet man yan or what. Better, of course, if you have internet connection. If you don't have an internet connection, syempre, although you can do with it, you can make do without internet sometimes, but in this freelancing world that we have right now, it's a plus to have internet. Ano naman yung, syempre later, you think about it, paano nga kung wala akong internet? Like, slow talaga yung internet or what? So we'll have options later. Of course, depending on your field, applications that fit the job, like MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and others. Communication apps. We're lucky right now because we have lots of options when it comes to communication apps like Skype, like this, Zoom, para sa mga may project management app like Basecamp, Monday.com, and others. Yan, welcome yung mga yan. Yan. It also helps to have organizing tools like calendar, planner, notepads, pens, and others, etc. File storage, Google Drive, it has, you can upgrade it. Kasi yung free version niya is just 15 gigabytes, if I'm not mistaken. You can upgrade it. Next is 100 gigabytes naman. If more pa, so the more, the more expensive it gets. You also have Dropbox, of course. You have external hard drive and others para ma-backup mo yung vital files because especially if you're into videos or into lots of pictures and other heavy files. So yeah, you need reliable file storage system. Next, of course, as a freelancer, you are your own brand. If you are forming your own company, then you get to create your own brand in this field. It's not just because you are, say, an individual lang, diba? So parang wala ka ng brand. Freelancing entails branding as well. How to do that? You have to have your own image, your own mission, your values, and your vision. So your freelance business has to be founded on these basics. So your brand has to be clear. So speaking of which, online branding muna tayo. Although branding is very um, kumbaga, broad din as a topic. It entails, kumbaga, more discussion pa, but then we'll just tackle yung fundamentals na muna. So if you are branding yourself online, it helps to have your own niche. Your niche is like, di ba, there's this ocean, di ba? Yung ocean sobrang laki niya, parang it's vast, so vast. Whereas a pond, it's so small, but you get to be a big fish in your own little pond. That's your niche. Parang, instead of just saying that your product is, for example, kunyari, food. What kind of food? Sabi natin, vegan food. So, what kind of vegan food? So, you have to be specific, very specific. So, that's your niche. You have to identify your niche. Number 2 is injecting your personality in your brand. So, there's what we call a brand personality. So, just like in any person na merong personality, same as your brand. So, yung brand mo has to be very personable. It has to be portrayed in a way that it fits your personality. Your brand identity. Your brand identity has to speak like you're the one talking. Your voice is talking. People have to know who you really are based on what your brand projects. So, is it something na parang you're like a friend, or are you an authority? Are you someone whom they can trust? Yeah. So you have to be specific also with your brand identity. It also helps to have your own personal site or your company site, your business website. It helps establish your brand para mas malawak yung reach mo as a brand, not only here in the Philippines, but also internationally. Your social strategy, of course. We are in the social media age right now, so it really helps as well to have your own social media page, your own social strategy, and even the way you communicate with your peers, with your colleagues, and others. Another strategy or part of online branding is guest posting. So in guest posting, and you're helping Okay. So guest posting, you tie up with others or have joint ventures with others so that you can achieve your common goals. Guest posting means you publish on others' site na relevant din sa audience mo. And they can also do the same. They can also post on your site or on your page to parang collaborate depending on your niche. So if, for example, I found that, for example, yung site ni Bern Gutierrez, Bern is the chairman of Angat Pilipinas financial, parang for financial literacy. It's a coalition for financial literacy. If my advocacy is also the same with his, we can collaborate. I can post on his blog or his site or his page, and he can also do the same with me kung related yung niche namin and we want to just connect. So again, if for example naman yung sa investments kay Miss Marga, they can, for example, they can maybe find an influencer, they can, or a brand that also fits their mission and vision, and see if they can post do sa mga mga channels nila. 7th is seek a guide for your online branding. So there are experts out there who can help you. So do not be afraid to tap them so that you can get yung kanilang expert insights on making your brand work. Next, offline branding. But it's like nag-encompass tong online and offline. For example, in personal appearance or dressing for success. So depending on the occasion, sometimes you need not, diba, you need not dress that parang power dressing style na naka-coat and tie, naka-corporate attire just to make people feel na I'm an authority. So it depends again on the occasion. Of course, if you are projecting na, hey, this is just laid back or what, or kung ano man yung brand personality na gusto mong i-project, then follow that. Be careful with your nonverbal gestures or body language. Yeah, this is very, very nice to study, especially if you're dealing with a lot of people. Yeah, body language is the thing. In body language, of course, you have to be careful with yung mga little things na napapansin sa facial expression. So just like in the setting na may kausap ka, yeah, and you are observing that person, how that person acts and reacts, yun, it helps to know that in business there are tips that help you improve your nonverbal gestures or body language. Be where your audience and influencers are. So just like yung ating tip a while ago about guest posting, in this tip, it just means that you have to follow your audience or your influencers. It means to say that you have to really get to know them. Yun yung pinaka-core na idea doon. The thing is, you have to also publish, and publish. Publishing, it's not just about writing. You can go be a guest in radio podcasts, in say like video courses or other platforms that allow you to share your insights, your expertise. So, dyan papasok yung PR, yung public relations nating tinatawag. So, yeah, I'm in the PR field for a school. So, I've learned along the way in my almost 3 years in this field na it's not just you who gets to toot your horn, sabi nga nila. It's better then if others will also share about you, about your brand. Kasi syempre, lagi na lang pag ikaw yung mag-share about you, parang, di ba, sobrang boastful naman, di ba? Parang that's the concept. But then, it's not boasting at all. It's just about sharing what you are doing. But of course, if others tell something about you, that's a different thing. It means that they maybe find you like awesome. They want to share with the world that, hey, that someone is doing something nice, so it must be worth taking a look at. So yeah, it's also nice to get published everywhere. Yeah, so speaking of which, now that you've accomplished your maybe foundation, it's time to set your goals, objectives, strategies, and tactics. So your goal is your broad primary outcome. Your strategy is the approach to achieve that goal. Your objective is a measurable step to achieve that strategy. And your tactic is your tool to, so your tactic is the tool you use to pursue that objective associated with the strategy. We have what we call smartest goals. So dati, di ba, smart lang siya, ngayon naging smartest na. Meaning, of course, your goal has to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound. It has to be evaluated. It has to support your other goals, and it has to be trustworthy. So speaking of which, these are examples. So we want to be established as a leading online content services provider in the Philippines by year X. So it's specific. We mentioned which year. Example lang, 2021 example. That's an example. The strategy here, since we want to attain that, the strategy is to persuade buyers that our online content services are the best in the market by associating with affluent PR agencies, influencers, and brands na yun din yung goal, to have their online presence enhanced through web content. Objective is to gain a significant increase, a particular increase in revenue per month. So we want to be specific here too. And the tactic, to be more specific, is to deploy a unified message through every marketing collateral, establishing a clear view of the agency's mission and vision, and helping the audience solve their deepest pain points. Take note of the audience's deepest pain points. So in every tactic that you do, make sure that you are also touching base with your audience. So later we'll talk more about that in the buyer persona lesson. Now, let's talk about you. So, balik ulit tayo sa ating class sa audience natin na live on Zoom. Yan. Okay lang din kayo mag-unmute. So, i-stop ko muna yung share. Hello.
Hello.
Ayan, who's still here?
Hi.
Yan. So, we have Catherine.
Hi po.
Hello sa mga newcomers natin. Again, Fina. Ayan. So, we have Ai or Angelo. We still have Marico. We have Miss Marga. Ayan, Jenna. Okay?
Hello po.
So, kumustahan ulit tayo. Kumusta naman kayo so far? Yes. Oo. So far ano yung parang takeaway niyo so far in the first part of our lesson? Hello, yes.
Yung sa online branding po. Medyo nahihirapan po kasi yung Facebook page ko po din sa writer's page. Since general market po sana yung target ko, hindi ko pa rin mahanap yung niche na dapat na maging audience ko po. Kaya yung content ko po, yun, yung sa content ko po, sobra niyan general, hindi po ako makapag-focus kung anong category ba dapat.
So yun yung current na dilemma mo. How to narrow down your niche or your field.
Yes po.
So siguro may with parang reflection pa on what you really want. Siguro ma-identify mo din siya. Just maybe also observe ano ba talaga yung gusto mong yung purpose ng group mo na yon o yung page mo na yon. Hello?
Yes po. Nagsusulat po.
Oo. So usually kasi yung purpose natin, 'di ba? It's not that stringent. Sometimes we really have to change our purpose depending on the circumstances that we're facing right now, right? Maraming factors kung nakaka-influence dun sa ating business decisions. So, in the process, maybe, magiging klaro din siya. Hopefully, Yes. So, yeah, let's keep in touch then. So, maybe, yan, we can help each other out in the process. Ayan. So, thank you for sharing, yan, si Jenna. Yun. So, let's continue. Okay, share ko ulit. Ayan. Share ko ulit. So, kita nyo na ulit yung screen. Okay, let's talk about you. Think about yourself now. Ano ba talaga yung gusto mo? Yan. So, in this freelance business, so you have to be clear on what you really want. Sabi nga natin kanina. And to do that, you have to know your options. You have to know yung mga paths na gusto mo talagang pasukin or just one. If hindi naman siya sobrang lahat. So, hospitality and service, medical and insurance, legal, writing, research, translation, multimedia, search engine optimization, accounting and consulting, web, mobile, and others. Ang dami. IT, networking, data science and analytics, engineering and architecture, design and creative, admin support, customer service. Lahat ng yan and more, marami pang fields na hindi na-tackle. Lahat ng yan, pwede mong maging business or field online and even offline. So, we're just parang narrowing this down na online. Sige, online muna tayo kasi it's lockdown period. Pero when the time comes na hindi na lockdown, pwede mo siya rin gawin offline. So, ito yung sinasabi nga sa MLM, sa multi-level marketing. Di ba, minsan, if you've noticed, I just remembered yung pag nasa MLM ka, you get to entice people by saying, you have your online, offline business. Di ba? So, this is online. And it's not, I have nothing against MLM. I've been part of an MLM before. And I also am friends with a lot of people in the MLM industry. So, it's very helpful din naman because that's where I started then. Kaya ko rin natutunan yung mga kina Robert Kiyosaki and Rich Dad, yung mga Napoleon Hill because of MLM. It helps to have a fallback. Diba right now, if for example, in the MLM industry, hindi sila masyado makakalabas or even, yung iba nakaka-online na rin naman, they get to have clients online. Pero still, paano yung mga products, diba? Delivery or what? So, you have to really be, resilient in these times. Ayun. So with that, you have to really be clear on what you can do in this tough times. Lalo na at may COVID nga. So, which of these industries can you take? Or yung may skills ka na and knowledge. So ako, nasa writing, research, translation. I can also do a bit of SEO. Yan. I can write about nursing. I can write about health and others, marketing, business and others as a niche in terms of writing. Pero what we really do is marketing, writing. So we do PR, we do communication basically. So marami kang fields na pwedeng puntahan. So like for example, si Miss Marga, si Marico, they are in accounting. Nasa field sila ng pagiging CPA and then nag-venture din into insurance and other businesses. So, kaya nila yung gawin na online for now because they have the tools, they have the resources like pwede mo naman siya gawin on your laptop. You can still communicate with your clients even magkalayo kayo. So, that's not a problem. Like si Jenna naman, for example, if she's into events or 'di ba hindi pa muna pero hey, you have these online classes or you can be like if you're a musician for example, you can still do your thing. You can still do your passion even if you're far away from each other. You have to be creative. Yeah, si Kath, she's into marketing, multimedia. So sky's the limit as long as you know how to maximize your resources and your passion, your strengths. So you just have to be clear on what you want to do and what you can do. Take your pick. Don't pick a job with great vacation time. Pick one that doesn't need escaping from. Think about it na siya, na parang it's not you waking up and you feel dreadful because you're waking up to do your job. Think about this particular field that you will not complain about later on. Na parang kahit mahirap, may mga challenges, you will not back out from it. Yan. So the next section is about becoming truly rich in the freelance arena. So, syempre, being rich is quite subjective. So, you have to visualize your type of wealth. Anong klaseng wealth ano yung type of wealth na binivisualize mo for yourself? Is it like this? Is it like this? So, it depends on your personality and your goals. So, is it, sabi natin, financial? Is it time freedom? Is it the luxury of time? Being just with the people you love, or, just spending it the way you want it. So now that you've identified anong klaseng wealth yung gusto mo, it helps you become nearer to your goals. Your clients din. And to do that, yes, you have to be rich in that way entails getting clients. So dito yung ating parang pinaka-objective din is to get clients, 'di ba? Sales. It's all about sales then, because you are a salesperson whether or not you accept it. Everything is sales. You sell your own brand, everything you do results to sales. Persuading people to do something is related to sales. Marketing, public relations, they're related to sales. Diba? When people know you, they think of you as someone they can trust. And in the process, they get to see you as someone they can buy from. Say, ano pala yan, si Ayi pala, magaling magsulat. So I'll get his services. I'll consider him as a writer. Yan. So, si Miss Marga pala, she's into insurance. So, or meron din silang cafe. So, mag-stick sa akin yan na, later on, maybe if I pass by the area, I can go to their cafe. Or, I'm looking for someone who can offer me insurance, and yeah, I can think about Miss Marga. So yeah, with sales, with you as a salesperson, people think of you more often when they have this certain pain point. They will really consider you as the go-to person when they have this certain problem. So this concept is from Grant Cardone. When I was watching yung mga videos ni Grant Cardone, Uncle G, yeah, he's one of the best, I think one of the best sales experts today. And napanood ko rin yung videos na very powerful. Right now, just to share with you, Cardone University, his online school, is offering a 30-day free account for those na interested to learn about sales and marketing, and yung how to close mga clients and everything. Yeah, 30 days. You can just log in and you're granted 30 days free access of the site. So very nice. They also have certifications. So for those who are earning such credentials, this is very helpful. I tried. I'm in one of those certifications now. I'm taking up buyer psychology, and then I'm also exploring yung about, I think it's prospecting. Yeah. So yeah, according to him, it's all about production, volume, and income. So depending on your movement in these, in the two of them, in yung production, yung volume, dun magde-depend yung income mo. So, syempre, you have to increase your production. You have to increase your volume for you to have good income and even the best income ever. And to do that, you have to take massive action. So maraming kailangan na action before you can have maraming income. So that's really the simplest way to explain it. Meaning, if you don't have clients, syempre wala kang income. Unless, you're fundraising, you're putting something up on, say, a crowdsourcing or crowdfunding site saying, hey, I need income. Maybe you can help me. But without that, and no one helping you, you cannot really earn unless you have a job, of course, a full-time job. But syempre sa ngayon, tough times, you need to have backup plans. You also need to have other sources of income. It's syempre, although it's nice to have a full-time job, it's stable and all, but you can also just don't compromise your job in your full-time job. Okay din na magkaroon ka naman ng side job as long as kaya ng isip at katawan mo. So just think of it as a side gig muna to start if you're still starting. If you don't have yet the full-time freelance business. So now, paano ka magla-land ng clients ngayon? Ito na yung question. A lot of freelancers today are, having problems with this. So that's why, our content agency helps solve that problem by providing writers with more projects. So if hindi man kami yung full-time client ni writer, at least we also give them an opportunity to choose if he or she will accept that project. Yun. So we're helping writers then have extra income if he or she wants to have more clients, or if working relationship namin, then yeah, you can be a steady writer in our team. So first, the first step to this is, of course, to do prospecting. To identify your lead channels. Saan ka ba kukuha ng clients if you are the one who is doing all the prospecting? If wala kang agency na kasama, if we're not yet connected, if you're a writer, you have to do your prospecting by yourself. You have to identify where your lead channels are. Are you on Upwork? Are you on, say, a certain group na nagpo-provide sa'yo ng mga leads? Or what? Where are you? Where are you at? Next, the initial encounter. Ayan. Ang kagandahan naman sa mga sites like Upwork, yung mga freelance sites that we have right now is meron na tayong mga leads talaga. You just have to apply. So it's like proposing. Bakit ka tatanggapin ng potential clients? So you have to write your cover letter or your pitch. Dito, these sites, diba? Although there are many others like LinkedIn, of course. This is one of the best sites there is today. LinkedIn for freelancers and business people and professionals. So LinkedIn is one site you have to explore. Pero in Upwork and other freelance sites, meron na dong mga list of jobs na pwede mong applyan. So let me my Upwork account. Yeah. So I'll just stop sharing this first. Yeah, and let me share with you my Upwork just to share with you, ito yung for those who are not yet familiar with Upwork. Ayan. Okay. So can you see my screen? Yan. So this is Upwork. Ayan. If you can see, as you can see, it's my feed is more of I'm looking for projects that have particular Yan, categories like human resources, management consulting, general translation, and others. Writing, basically. So, ito yung profile ko naman. Just a quick view of my profile on Upwork. Ayan. So, ito na yung ano ko siya. Yun. So, this is my Upwork profile. So, what's nice about Upwork is that it gets to see kung active ka sa jobs mo, or yung tawag kasi nila as jobs, yung for the projects. So, you get to earn, it has a record of all-time earnings and others. You get to tweak your profile. Ayan. So, right now, I have a project. Yeah. So, currently, I have several clients din naman here. Although for the past year, I have not been that active here, but ayan, right now I'm getting back here because I think it's a plus then if I have additional sources of clients. So I got back here, and yun, again, nasa na din ulit ako, top rated freelancers. So with 92% job. Yeah, since 2009, I think I've been with Upwork. So it's nice because hindi ko siya binitawan. Because right now, sabi ng iba ay mahirap daw mag-create na ng profile ngayon sa Upwork. So yeah, it's nice because na-establish ko na siya. So good thing. So if you're still not on Upwork and you want to try it out, ayan, go try Upwork, upwork.com. Dati siyang it's a combination of Odesk and Elance. Dati ay Odesk and Elance yung magkalaban, and then binili ni Odesk si Elance, and ngayon they formed Upwork. So yun yung history niya. There. So sige, stop share ko muna ulit. So yeah, let's move on again to the PowerPoint. Ayan. So that's with prospecting. Now your pitch and your cover letter, syempre you have to be very specific din. If for a site like Upwork, nakita mo na may pangangailangan siya, that person or that potential client has a need na specific talaga, then you have to really also pitch specifically. Hindi pwedeng general yung approach mo dito unless of course it calls for that. Kasi makikita niya kung nabasa mo talaga yung kanyang ad. Yun. So now the question is, what if wala ka namang hindi galing sa Upwork yung client mo or in any other site? Ikaw yung nag-initiate. So that's the pitch. That person might not be needing your service right now, or that person still does not know that you exist. So nag-pitch ka muna. So ito yung natutunan ko naman sa mga communities where I belong. So Freelance Tribe, yeah, it's very helpful for those who are looking for a community to grow in. So the Freelance Tribe movement is also definitely must visit. So yeah, Coach John and the other coaches, yeah. So here dun sa Freelance Tribe, sobrang helpful din, sobrang supportive nila. They really help us learn the ropes on how to pitch and how to get more clients using kumbaga kung gusto mong mag-grow as a freelancer, yeah, also try free. Wait. Okay. So sabi natin, yan, kailangan natin ng pitch ng ating cover letter. Now, how do we close the deal? So it can get tough, especially if syempre kung Upwork, ang dali niyan, sabihin ni client, I want you to help me out. You're hired. Diba? You get the project, you get a contract. So, in this case, pagalingan talaga ng cover letter. But for the pitch, for your self-initiated na lead generation, it's a different thing. Closing the deal means, of course, wala kang kakompetensya or even may kakompetensya ka. In this case, you really have to be value-centric and customer-centric. You have to know yung value na in-offer mo. And with that, you close the deal. The person says yes. So ito yung negotiation na stage, right? Closing in sales, of course, it's not just parang, ngayon, na-meet mo siya, and then mamaya, close na yung deal. It's not like that. But there are cases na ganun, especially if talagang nangangailangan na si client or si lead. So now, it takes time to build your relationship, lalo na yung business relationship mo with that person. So, yeah, you need to be very careful with that. It takes time. You have to know that it takes time to close deals, especially big ones. And unless the person or the company knows you already and they trust that you will deliver. But if not, yeah, you have to prove yourself. And that means really identifying the needs of that person, the pain points of that person. And then you get repeat orders. That's the good thing about it. If that client gets to trust you already, makakuha ka ng maraming projects later on because, you've built trust with your client. So that's a good thing. That's the foolproof system to land clients. So right now, I have a client who's been with us, the team, for like 10 years. I think 10 years. Mga 9 to 10 years. Yeah. He's from New York. Yeah. This client from New York has started being a client for ebooks. And then now, meron na siyang sarili niyang company. They're a ride-share company offering airport transportation. So yeah, hello to that client. Hi, if you're watching or you'll watch this video, thank you so much for being one of the most loyal clients ever. Yeah, so that's the goal, of course, because it's harder to get more clients than, or it's the other way around. It's harder to maintain these client relationships than getting new ones. Parang, okay, I'll get a new client, but then bukas wala na. Tapos na, one time lang. But what if you can get clients on a retainer basis? So that's really nice. So yeah, that's your goal. So how do you market your own services or products? So this one is for services, but then later we'll talk more about you. What if product naman ang iyong focus? So this is called the master marketing formula. I adopted this from a concept of the wealthy freelancer. Yan. So Pete Savage and the rest of the authors, so they conceptualize this. Yan. So first is find high probability prospects. Yung talaga magma-match sa'yo. So, sino yung most likely to hire you? Who will most likely hire you? Then, generate that list of prospects and then turn them into leads, get opportunities, close the sale, and nurture not today prospects. So, if they've said no now, later on, they might say yes. So, that's the good thing about it. So, take note that not today prospects does not mean that they will indefinitely say no in the long term. So just to illustrate, ayan. So first we have a lot of prospects rather, and then we turn them into leads, opportunities, and then clients. So nurture not today prospects, and then later on yeah, they can turn into clients too. There. So where's your lead channel? Ayan. Your lead channel must, you can use not just these. You can have a lot more. You can choose from, yeah, social media. You have sites, your freelance sites, your own website, your business card. If you're also offline, you can do teleseminars, webinars, direct mail, email, and lots more. These are what are your top 5 lead channels in this case? Identify them. Where will you get your leads or your prospects? And now, sabi ko nga kanina, you have to identify your clients, your ideal client. So your ideal client has to be very specific. It has to be narrowed down to what that person does. What does that person do for a living? Saan siya kumukuha ng kanyang mga sources of information? What's his or her job role? What are her or his challenges? So this is where, for example, I have Hopeful Harriet here. She's a college teacher, a freelance writer, public relations officer, for example. Working in a medium-sized organization. The industry is education, media. Yeah. So she loves looking at sites like Lifehack, Medium, HubSpot, magazines related to psychology. So just an example. So you have another client, ideal client here. So yeah, you can do your own client, ideal client. In that way, you can get clearer view of who you want to serve. So why would you like to serve that client? Because that fits your goals. He or she fits your objectives too as a business person. Yeah. So now that you know who your ideal client is, create this customer avatar or buyer persona. So later on, I can share with you templates. I've also learned from Digital Marketer, this content marketing certification, that your customer avatar has to also be in line with who you are serving in terms of like so your target market, your customer segmentation in this case, it means basically your audience. But just choose one. Just choose one audience. Hindi pwede na marami laging audience mo na parang everyone is your audience. Mas mahirap yun na i-adopt because if everyone is your audience, then you might not get anywhere. You will target parang sabog-sabog yung target mo. Whereas if your target is just narrowed down into, say, a college teacher who is also a freelance writer. Yeah, so you have an idea now who you're talking to. So that's easier that way. Now that you know your target market, mas madali rin ngayon na mag-create ng mga campaigns and communication materials for them or for him or her, for her. Because here, you will be creating your lead magnet or your buzz piece for you to generate leads and subscribers. So, this is not always the case. Although sometimes, hindi mo pala kailangan ito because your business is like, you think that hindi mo pala kailangan ng lead magnet because, say, you're into insurance. But hey, how will you provide value? Except if, for example, you're offering investment advice. So, free consultation. So, pwede din naman yun. But, okay din naman if you can provide them, say, a tangible reading material or something that they can listen to or something that they can also share with others, like a workbook. If, for example, you are into say a content agency providing writing services. So ayan, I can provide a checklist for your particular client's needs. You can also provide a guide or an ebook, white paper. So later in another class, maybe we can talk about these lead magnets. So yan. So and then you have other choices. Say yon. If you're an accountant, just like Mariko and Miss Marga, maybe you can offer advice, free consultation to start, or maybe you can also offer a checklist for templates, especially. Yeah. So tax season. So I've learned from Mariko that every April we file taxes. We have to get our taxes, settled. So for those who are not familiar with taxes, maybe you can offer a guide, or maybe you can offer free video class like this or what. So para ma-guide, or maybe you have a checklist. Yeah. So it depends again on your audience. These are nice because you can readily provide value which your audience can consume even if they still are not buying from you. They'll know that you are trusted in this area. After which, ayan, so you can create your own marketing strategy. So now that you know who you are and who your audience is, yeah, medyo mabusisi lang siya, but then it's nice to have your own marketing strategy in place. Because for example, that I will accomplish this through this. I will have my own marketing mix. I know my marketing mix. I have a marketing plan, and then I refine my strategies from there. So we'll not talk about this much. We'll just have a quick glance on marketing strategies. So yeah, here are some examples of marketing strategies. So increase sales. So you want to, of course, increase sales. You want to have new customers. You want to get existing customers to buy more. You want to introduce a new product or service. Increase your market share. Better establish your brand. You might also want to improve customer loyalty, launch an advertising campaign, launch a PR campaign, encourage word of mouth, increase market share, retain existing profitable customers, and lots more. You can do all these strategies. You can adopt these strategies. So sky's the limit when it comes to creating marketing strategies. So, syempre, it depends on your goals. So, yan, yung GSOT mo must be specific for you to identify the best strategies for them. Because it's the most difficult thing, actually, of course, you want to increase sales, but how? You want to bring in new customers, but how? So that's always the question. Using marketing tactics without a marketing strategy is pointless. So if you don't know which strategy you're trying to accomplish, it will be quite difficult. Good tactics can save even the worst strategy. Basically, it's if not aligned with your uh, strategy, your tactics can ruin your goals. So here are the example tactics that you can adopt. You can do ads, pay-per-click. For those not familiar yet with pay-per-click, so you can do this like if you have ads, or if you have search engine optimization, so you can search on it, or later we can invite someone to talk about it. So the person who clicks, you get to only pay based on the clicks on that ad. So there are also different types of ads. So in search engine ads, in search marketing, you have pay-per-click. So that's the concept of it. Sponsorship, you can sponsor, you can have endorsements, influencers. You can have testimonials, case studies, referrals, yeah, programs for those fans who shared something about your brand, their experience. You can have referral programs for them. You can do crowdsourcing, and yeah, I really like this one, crowdsourcing. It also helps you become get viral through this. Engagement, yeah, this is very nice then. It's being connected to your audience through different content types and build relationships. You can do events, yeah, live streaming and others. So these are sample marketing techniques that you can do, especially if you're online. Because as you see, money flows in the direction of value. If people don't see the value that you provide, it can be quite difficult for them to appreciate paying you or to pay you and then pay you more because they cannot see what value you provide. So you have to be clear with that. And also, value is equal to price. Say, for example lang, if I'll be offering a class and then they see that say I provide this type of value that you can get, for example, for a price. So what if I just say, you pay what you think the value is for this type of class, how much would you pay? So yeah, that's something, a hypothetical question. Maybe you can answer later. For example, if later on I'll conduct a class like the same one as this, but a different topic, for example, how much will you pay? Sample, just like try to reflect. So now the question is, how much will you charge for your product or service? For a service, for example, it depends on your experience, the position, the job industry, and the preference, depending on what you've agreed upon with your client. It may also depend on the duration or frequency of the job or project. Is it per hour or per project? Is it a fixed rate? Is it on a retainer basis? It depends again on what you're offering and your agreement with the client. It can go as low as $2 or even lower for some. That's just too sad, however. But sometimes when you already are in the position to go above, then sky's the limit for your rate, for your charge. So again, it's variable. Your income depends on the value that you provide and how much you think your worth is. So it does not mean that I started with this rate like 10 years ago, and then right now this is still my rate. Again, it depends. Sometimes you can go beyond what you think is the standard because you think the client can afford it. Yeah, that's one thing. Or it's for a non-profit, it's for a cause, so it's for free. So depends again. Depends on you. Depends on how you see yourself. Depend on your worth. Depending again also on the circumstance. Say, it's a long-term project. I can go lower, a bit lower. So I think it's something that will be a retainer for a retainer basis. So I can say just average, not too high, not too low. Okay lang. So now that you know the foundation of having a good client, all right. So let's talk about freedom that lasts. For you to grow as a virtual professional, yeah, you have to maintain professionalism. Of course, your clients need that they're um, paying for your service, for your product. That way, you have to treat them professionally as well. That's really a no-brainer. Expand your network. Being connected with people is a good thing, of course. cliche as it sounds, no man is an island, but being connected with people helps you learn about new things, expand your network, and even your net worth. How much your brand is worth it expands depending also on your network. So you get clients by referrals. So meaning, if you build a steady relationship with others, first thing pa lang, they will know that I refer this person because I know that he or she can be trusted. And of course, never stop learning. Every day must be a learning experience for you, not just because of online courses, not just because of books, but also because of experience. Now the question is, now that you are growing in your business, how can it be sustainable? One technique is by forming a virtual team. So ito yung ginawa ko when I decided to have my own writing team. I want to try other things. I want to also meet other writers, try to also help these writers gain more income or have their own projects with us, the team. So yeah, that's why I formed the virtual team. Collaborate with other virtual professionals. So that's why there are support groups like this. You also get to have, you get to participate in communities online and offline. You can meet with other people. You can do networking with the people in your industry. So yun, I love attending events. I love creating events. So the last event I organized was the Small Business Millions event with Coach Carla Singson, who is also someone I look up to. So if you still don't know Carla, Coach Carla has been in business for like 10 years now. So I admire Coach Carla's strategy. So that's why I decided to learn from her. I enrolled in her KS Cashflow coaching group, and I also tried KS Access Club, wherein I got to learn more about developing or growing one's business. So it's really nice to be mentored as well. It's very a good opportunity for us to grow. Learn relevant skills, of course. If you are into writing, if you're into accounting or in other fields, it's not it must not be taken for granted that you learn relevant skills. You have to hone yourself every day. If right now you're like this, it must always be a continuous process. It must not end there. Last but not the least, you have to anticipate career shifts or project demands. Say if you're a writer now and you see that there's a demand or a need for you to know SEO, or if there's a need for you to learn marketing, then do so. It does not end in writing. It just it helps to have very diverse skills because it will also help you thrive in business. So yeah, if you're into sales and you know that you need to learn marketing as well, then that's a good thing. Writing is not just about writing, just writing. It's also about sales. It's also about persuasion. Say if you're into copywriting, so in that case, sales is everything, or marketing. For example, if you're into multimedia, if you create graphic design, then it must also follow that you also know how to persuade people because of your designs. So psychology comes into play. So yeah, there are lots of aspects of a particular field that you need to uncover. Not just that, not just your particular niche. All right, so yeah. So speaking of which, I have these book suggestions for you. If you have your particular favorite, there. So these book suggestions, yeah. First is Cyberpreneur. Yan, speaking of this lesson, talking about cyberpreneurs, yan, i-plug ko na rin yung book. This is called Cyberpreneur Philippines, Online Business Startup Guide. Yeah, we published this on October 2015 along with other authors. So we have here, yan, Ray Calbay, Marv De Leon, Paolo Lising. If you are familiar with Ginger Arboleda from mommyginger.com, Manila Workshops, yan. We also have Bern Gutierrez, as mentioned earlier. So Bern is also a CPA and others. So we have lots of other authors here. I'm so excited to share this with you. If you want to learn more about this book, ayan, check it out. It's also available on Amazon and yeah, and on bookstores, yeah, nationwide. Virtual Careers by Jomar Hilario. It's also nice. This next book is The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferris. I really love this book. I started reading this book several years ago. I think more than 7 years ago when I was still starting, and then I learned a lot from it, and I tried to apply what it taught me. So yeah, I encourage you to also read this book or listen to this. It also has an audio book. It also has an ebook format. There's also Click Millionaires, yeah, and a lot more. There are lots more books that you can check out if you're really serious in learning more about freelancing and business as a whole. So there, yeah, so this online class is coming to an end. Well, we've been learning for more than an hour now. So I'd like to hear from you. For those who are on our Zoom class, ayan, so I'll just stop sharing now. Yeah, thank you so much for those who attended our Zoom class. Yeah, so you can ask now if you have questions. Yeah, anyone got questions? Yeah, question time. So let me check. Let me see if we have some questions online on our page. Okay. Okay, question from Mariko. How do you know if you need to shift careers? Ayun. So, yeah, really nice question. If you feel like well, for me, it's really something that is quite personal. If you feel that you feel you're not happy anymore with your current career, then it may be time to rethink your path. Medyo it's one indicator, I guess, that you really have to shift careers. Aside from your surroundings, say it's still healthy, is it still worth your time, your resources, your thinking, or your efforts, yeah, being happy with what you're currently doing, then I guess that's one thing. It also depends, I guess, on your goals, your long-term goals. Is it really contributing to your long-term goals? Is it something that is leading you to that long-term goal in your uh, life? So I hope that answers your question, Mariko. Another question from Jenna. How to manage your time if you have permanent job and freelance jobs? So yeah, I can relate. Ayan, Jenna. The thing is, yung side gig mo, yung freelance mo, diba, it's also taking up your time. So the thing is, you have to know how you will manage these two. So if you are working 8 hours a day, kailan mo isisingit yung freelance mo? Of course, I do not advise you to work during the time na nasa office ka. Because of course, that's like cheating, cheating from your full-time job. So if you consider that you will work on your freelancing gig before your full-time job starts or after, it doesn't matter. You have to know na mapapagod ka rin after. So, anong gagawin mo after? If you mapagod ka, will you stop? So, will that hinder you from doing both? Well, you just have to choose in that case. Pipiliin mo yung freelance mo o yung job mo. So, that's the question. Maybe it sometimes boils down to ano talaga yung gusto mo. But if you can handle both, then no problem. In my case, in my full-time job and in my freelance gigs, I think I can manage pa naman because I've been doing I've been in my full-time job for almost 3 years, and okay, nakaka-survive naman. I do my freelancing before or after. It depends on the necessity. So again, it depends on how you will handle your energy, manage your energy well, manage your time, know what's your priority. Yun. So if you can do both and walang ma-sacrifice, then go for it. Again, it depends on you. I hope this answers your question. Yeah, if you have other questions, I guess we still have around room for 5 more questions. I'll also check our page on the dot media for questions.
Hi po, Miss Lee.
Yes.
Hi, actually yung question ko is a bit about logistics ng mga businesses. Medyo may, halos naman lahat ng businesses may parang online side eh. Siyempre, nagmamarket ka online, all that. So medyo guess ko yung part na yun. Kasi just in case na may idea kayo or you've heard of a solution to this problem, kasi halimbawa for someone na hindi lagi nasa Pilipinas pero yung gusto i-start ng business other than yung iba ko pang ginagawa na full-time tsaka yung mga freelance online, yung isa pang business na naiisip ko is it has physical products. Ngayon, pag mayroon ng constant buyers, halimbawa, or customers, ang naging naisip kong problema once I start this is deliveries kasi I'm not always available sa Pilipinas to go out and have it shipped. Ngayon, ang iniisip ko kung meron po bang ibang entrepreneurs po ba meron silang hina-hire na service or na para doon i-stock yung mga inventory, yung items nila para once need i-deliver, sila na mag-handle ng shipping. If meron kayong narinig na ganong klaseng business solution, nagbibigay ng ganong business solutions.
Yes, Kath. Very nice question din. If you've heard of Zappos, Tony Shea, have you heard of Zappos, yung shoe store?
Zappos, no.
Ayun, you can check it out. Yung concept nila is called drop shipping. Although it's more of they're taking care of yung parang yung warehouse and everything, hindi na masyadong nagiging concern because they're in the business of yun nga, drop shipping, or they're helping deliver yung mga products na may problem sa space, diba? So, ayun. The thing is, you can innovate with your business model depending on the needs of your customers or even your needs. So, in this case, logistics is the concern. So, parang yung concept of, say, ride share, example din. Di ba wala ka namang, if you are the ride share owner, the company owner of that ride share, meaning Uber, say, Grab, yung mga ganyan, they can operate without actually owning the cars. So what they do is they just get people who have cars and work from there. So in this case, if yung concern naman is logistics, parang you can maybe use yung ganyong klaseng business model. Although I'm not that well-versed pa pagdating sa mga business models, but I've been hearing of these types of businesses that operate on not that much infrastructure. Hindi ganun ka-intensive in terms of, say, I need to have a warehouse, or I need to have lots of cars to operate, diba? And
Yes. Opo, I'm aware of the dropshipping model, pero yung inisip kasi mga products is something that I made myself. Hindi po siya galing like from China or kahit ibang parts sa Pilipinas. These are actually gawa ko talaga ko ng produkto. But storing and inventory, wala man sana problema sana, but ang problem ko nga lang is availability ng mag-ship na hopefully I don't have, kasi since it's just a startup pa, wala pang stable cash flow and such, hindi pa ideally na mag-hire pa ng someone to manage the shipping while I'm not there. Kasi hindi ako lagi nandun. Kumbaga, since startup lang siya, hindi pa naman gano'ng kalaki yung income for sure. If ever mangyayari yun, kinikita ko mapupunta lang sa yung babayaran kong tao mag-handle ng shipping while I'm gone. So parang yun nasa isip ko. So kaya ako naitanong baka kasi meron kayo narinig na ibang tao na may ganong problema na nasolusyonan na. Or if ang bottom line, ang solusyon na lang po talaga dun is to hire someone. I think kasi walang problema sana if Manila kasi may mga yung mga Grab, etc. na pwede mag-deliver. Pero at the end of the day, kailangan pa rin talaga ng tao na mag-hand over ng packages. Hindi siya pwede for pick up lang sa isang warehouse na hindi nakalock yung pinto. So, so even at the end of the day, kailangan talaga ng tao to handle the other end of the transaction. Physically to be there. Ayan. Okay, so thank you po for clarifying po doon. Or baka may makaisip na yun ang mismo gawing business, taga-deliver ng mga taga-handle ng inventory within Lipa area.
Dun sa ni Upwork, hindi si Upwork, walang projects ngayon si Upwork na ganun kataas, for example, that I see, then I'd go for example, LinkedIn. I just have to take the time to build relationships. Yun lang naman. But if I know that I really have the connections, I have already built relationships with the potential clients, then according to my colleagues dun sa kasama sa mga communities that I'm in, then LinkedIn is the best. Pero yun nga, if you are gearing for something more instant and kailangan ko na ngayon ng gig and I have an Upwork account, then I'd go for Upwork. No questions asked. Parang ganun. I hope that answers your question, BFF Marico.
Celine, I have a question.
Yes po, Miss Marga.
So if I want to create my own FB page. So ano yung parang general steps that I need to do in order for me parang to set up my FB page?
Ayun. If you're looking into starting your FB page and other social media pages, it helps, of course, alam mo na ngayon na sino client mo, na-set mo na yung foundation mo, and alam mo yung ino-offer mo, you know what your brand is about. So, the best thing to do is to just list down ano yung mga, ano yung content na ilalabas mo. Medyo may plano ka na ngayon. Magkakaroon ka na ngayon ng strategy and then plan na ito yung kasi 'di ba kunyari po ang nagiging concern natin, nag-start tayo ngayon tas hindi na continue. So medyo nagkaroon tayo ng mga lull moments. So ang kagandahan nito, meron ka ng editorial calendar or social media calendar ready na ito yung mga categories na pwede kong i-post. I already have tons of ideas and then content, ipapublish na lang, schedule na lang. So, medyo minsan, nagkakaroon ka lang minsan ng leeway for as a impromptu na content. Kapag naisip mo ngayon, trending to ngayon. Sige, gawin natin to ngayon. Pero meron ka na ngayong nakalatag na plano na ngayon, meron akong classic na mga content. Meron akong evergreen content kung tawagin. Na pwede kasi po yung yan, hindi lang original lagi yung post mo. You can also curate content from other pages and other sites para naman may variety. So meron sinasabi pong kasi ratio. Although hindi naman siya totally fixed na a particular, halimbawa, sabihin natin 60-40. Kunyari, 40% curated, 60% original. Ganun. So, share ka ng ibang posts or marami po kasing halimbawa, Monday, Motivational Monday. Ganun. Hashtag Motivational Monday. Or Tuesday, Throwback Tuesday. Example lang po. So, meron ka ngayong content buckets, kung tawagin, na naka-align na yun, na hindi ka mawawala ng ideas. Pwede ka rin crowdsource, user-generated content naman. Yun po.
So, can you parang, meron ka bang mga references on how to do yung parang, yung Facebook marketing o gano'n? Kasi di ba parang, dapat yung content mo, ng page mo is, parang kahit pa paano may flow, hindi yung basta ka lang lalagay mo post, di ba?
Yes po. Marami po akong pwedeng i-share din sa inyo. May mga pages din, groups na pwede tayong maging part of, or aside from ebooks or books na basahin. For example, social media books. I found yung kay Gary Vaynerchuk. If you're familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk, isa siya sa mga gurus ng social media ngayon. Meron siyang Vayner Media Company. And ayan, medyo lang talaga siya, foul mouth. Medyo may siya, brutal. Pero alam mo yun, totoo lang naman yung sinasabi niya. And you can learn a lot from him by reading his books, and yung panonood mo na, pag pinanood mo siya, marami ka rin matututunan yan. You can check out his page. Sobrang, ang dami niya talagang magagandang content. Ayan. Marami rin kay Neil Patel, although SEO siya, traffic, ganyan. Pero kino-cover din niya yung social media. So, marami pong authors na pwede kayo ring i-check out. Ayun.
Thank you, Celine.
Ayun. Welcome po. Thank you po sa question. Ayan. So, another question po, this time from Jenna. Yun. Ayun, comment. Parang food panda delivery system daw. Oh, yes. Medyo parang ganun nga yun, Jenna. Ayan. Ayan. So, ang dami raw nga natutunan ni Mariko. And, yan, thank you. Thank you po sa inyong mga tanong. So, I guess, baka meron pa po silang last one question. We can still entertain one last question. Thank you, by the way, Sir DA. Yan, you're here. Ayan. Again, for those who stuck around.
Sorry, na ako. Hindi ko na naman.
Ayan. Hi, sir. Kumusta po?
Hello. Okay naman. Next time na lang hahabol ako.
Okay lang, sir. May recording po. Tsaka naka-live din po tayo sa
Facebook. Nakita ko nga.
Apo. Ayan. So, yun. If wala na po tayong questions, then yeah, mukhang it's also 6 o'clock na. Baka magkakain na ba kayo? All right. So, yeah, this ends this online class for aspiring or current freelancers or cyberpreneurs. Thank you so much. Salamat sa pakikinig, sa share ng insights and sa pagtatanong. It's really been a pleasure sharing whatever I can through this online class. I hope to see you again soon. We can touch base through, yan, pakita ko lang ulit yung aking PowerPoint. I have my, you can connect with me here. Yan, wait lang. There. Yan. So, nakakatuwa yung key takeaways. You've already talked about them, yung na-share nyo na nagustuhan nyo. Yeah, so if you want to connect with me, you can email me at admin@, onthe.media.com. You can also email me at shalinefrancisco@gmail.com. Yes, there's an O between C and E. Bakit? Kasi hindi na taken yung, taken na yung shalinefrancisco@gmail.com when I tried creating that email. So yeah, I put an O there. onthe.media.com. You can also check it out. It's an on-prog So, yun. Thank you so much. I hope that this has been a fruitful afternoon for all of us, guys. Ayun, it's my first ever online class on the dot media. I hope to invite some of you later to be our guest instructors. We can collaborate. Yeah, if you have questions, you can still PM me. I will answer you the best way I can.
Thank you,
Ayun.
Celine.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you po.
Thank you,
Ayun.
Miss.
Thank you. Ayan, so bago ang lahat yan, magkakitaan muna ulit tayo. Ayan, sana ay may natutunan kayo from this online class. Ayan. Ayun. So nakakatuwa naman na nagkakakitaan tayo ngayon.
Ang sexy ni Ate Marg. Ate Marg.
Ayan. Ay, di ka nagpapakita. Oo, nakikinig lang si Ai. Sige. Wait lang. Mag-group picture lang tayo. Okay lang ba? Okay. Sige, isa pa. Wait lang.
Bumilang ka, Celine.
Bibilang ako ha. Bibilang ako. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. Ayan. Yan. Habang inis-screenshot ko siya. Sige. Yan. Copy, paste. So, remembrance na tayo ay nagkita-kita ngayong araw na ito via Zoom. So, ayan. So, send ko na lang sa inyo ang ating group picture. So, thank you so much again. Have a great night. Have a great week. Ayan. God bless all of you. Bye!